15 Psychological Facts About Crushes and Falling in Love. There are a number of reasons why we develop feelings for one individual over another. Psychologists have investigated this and discovered some intriguing results. It's been discovered, for example, that when we gaze at someone we find attractive, our brains interpret their image in a way that makes them appear even more attractive than they are. This happens because our brains generate conclusions based on context rather than actual fact. That is something we do naturally from time to time to get away from things that aren't significant. Here are some additional psychological truths regarding crushes and dreams that may help you better understand love and choose the ideal long-term spouse. Take the time to watch this video all the way to the finish to make use of the psychological research, share it with your friends, and think about it if any of the facts struck a chord with you. 1. According to science, having a crush on someone who looks like your parent is more likely. A study in which researchers of the university discovered adults tend to be drawn to people who remind them of their opposite-sex parent. Men are particularly drawn to women who resemble their moms, whereas women are drawn to men who resemble their fathers. This could be related to our brain's craving for familiarity. Seeking out partners who resemble those we were exposed to as children makes us feel safer. 2. If you want to get someone's attention, be their shoulder to cry on. If you're looking for love, keep in mind that what you do, not what you say, is often more important. So, if you want to capture someone's attention, provide a hand. According to a recent study, those who exhibit empathy and help others in need make more friends, especially guys. So, if your crush is sad or upset, there's no better approach to win their hearts than to show them how much you care about them. 3. A small compliment can make a big difference. Remember that compliments are your hidden weapon when it comes to attracting someone. When males are attracted to someone, according to a recent study published in Psychology of Women Quarterly, they prefer to deliver more praises. So, if you have a first date coming up or simply want to break the ice with a coworker or classmate, all it takes is a simple compliment, and the rest, as they say, is history. To put it another way, flattery will get you everywhere. 4. You are most likely to crush on a friend or coworker. More than 70% of people aged 18 to 35 have romantic feelings for someone at work, according to a study. This could be for a variety of reasonable reasons. Perhaps you spend so much time with them that your heart begins to yearn for their love. What is to be expected? In the end, friendships are critical, not only for personal happiness, but also for attracting a partner. 5. Your hobbies and interests can reveal a lot about your compatibility with another person. It's been said that opposites attract, but you might be better off being similar than dissimilar when it comes to attracting someone. According to one study, couples with more similarities in their personalities and interests than differences were generally happier. What's the takeaway? Someone who enjoys coffee as much as you do is most likely a keeper. The theory is simple: if you are compatible with them in one area, you are likely to be compatible in other areas as well. 6. If they don't smile back, it's probably not a crush. There are 2 things you can do to increase your chances of romance with someone you have a crush on, according to research published in the Journal of Social Psychology. They should first show that they're interested, and then when you flirt, they should smile. So, how do you know if someone is interested in you? Keep an eye out for eye contact. According to studies, 93% of us will look into each other's eyes within 5 minutes of meeting, so whether or not someone likes what they see is usually pretty obvious. 7. Looking into someone's eyes can reveal their intentions. Our first instinct when we see someone we like is to turn away, but don't be shy. People who looked at each other for a long time were more likely to feel attraction than those who didn't, according to a study. Furthermore, when people look directly into the eyes of others, they perceive them to be more attractive. As a result, make sure you lock eyes with your crush and express your interest. 8. Love at first sight does exist simply because people report that it exists. Love is a difficult thing to quantify at first. For some people, falling in love is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Others fall in love with a new person every week, while others have fallen in love a million times. Everyone falls in love in their own unique way, whether they fall in love frequently or not at all. In 2014, university researchers looked into the phenomenon of love at first sight. Participants' eye movements were tracked as a variety of images were shown to them. The researchers were able to distinguish between lust and romantic love eye patterns, but they were unable to pinpoint the exact cause of the phenomenon. 9. If you're looking to get over a crush, it's best to have a rebound. It's no secret that we're drawn to people who remind us of our ex-boyfriends or girlfriends. So, if you are trying to get over someone, a rebound might be in order. This doesn't mean you have to jump into bed with them. A simple coffee date can be just as effective. It's more important that you focus your energy on someone new rather than replaying old scenarios and dwelling on past mistakes. They might even be able to help you figure out what went wrong in your previous relationship, so you don't make the same mistakes again. So, instead of wallowing in self-pity, get out there and put yourself out there. Most couples say they chose their partners because they reminded them of someone else, which is perhaps one of our favorite findings. Not only did these people have physical and personality similarities, but they also brought something new to their lives. 10. Similar personality men and women are more likely to have crushes on each other. Researchers at the university discovered that we not only seek out people who remind us of ourselves, but we are also more likely to develop feelings for someone who shares our interests. If you're looking for love, having similar personality traits can greatly increase your chances of finding it. In other words, we find other people appealing when they remind us of ourselves, and vice versa. Actually, if you think about it for a second, it makes sense. Why else would we see glimpses of ourselves in our romantic partner? We want them to blend in seamlessly with our lives. So, having similarities only helps that cause. 11. Having a high sense of self-worth can make you more appealing. If you're looking for love, keep in mind that people are drawn to people who believe in themselves and aren't afraid to express their opinions, even if they don't always say it out loud. So, when dating, keep an open mind and try not to be too hard on yourself. On a first date, let your date do the majority of the talking. After all, that's why it's called getting to know each other. 12. It's best to approach a crush in person and ask them out. People can determine your level of romantic interest by watching you interact with another person, according to research published in the Journal of Social Psychology. Researchers discovered that when women asked men out on a date, they used shorter sentences and avoided eye contact more than when men asked them out. So, if you want to put your best foot forward, you should ask them out in person. What have we discovered? That knowing what's going on inside their head is the best way to get over a crush. If you're still having trouble letting go of someone special, keep this in mind. It's okay, we've all experienced heartbreak at some point in our lives. 13. The process of falling in love does not have a set number of days. Love isn't defined by the number of days it lasts. Even experts are unable to predict when these events will occur. To fall in love, there is no set number of days, years, seasons, or years. This is a rare instance in which scientists from various disciplines agree. We want a simple answer, but the truth is more complicated than that. I believe it varies depending on the people, the context, and the way they meet. 14. We are more attracted to people who make us laugh. People are drawn to people with a good sense of humor, according to a study published in Science, especially when it comes to long-term relationships. So, if you're on the hunt for your soulmate, keep in mind that nothing beats someone who can make you laugh. If you're still nervous, keep in mind that you don't have to be perfect. Most people, as we've learned, prefer authenticity to pretense any day of the week. To put it another way, don't hide your eccentricities, embrace them and have fun with them. 15. Stand out from the crowd if you want to make an impression. If you're looking for love, keep in mind that, while first impressions are important, it's often how you say it that counts the most. Rather than wasting time trying to come up with something clever to say on a date, invest more time in your appearance. People found those who stood out from the crowd to be more attractive and interesting, even if they weren't as attractive or made as much money, according to a recent study.